Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Elder Scrolls Online. Last episode we finished the tutorial island and arrived on Kanafi's Roost to find a bunch of shipwrecked Aldmeri Dominion soldiers desperately trying to seem like they're not invading the locals. We also met up with Gafwen, who is concerned about her master Rorelion, who was, I think, endangered by some undead who had arisen in this temple they were studying. This episode, there will be substantially less talking and substantially more combat, although there will still be a lot of talking. If there's anything you will learn about the Elder Scrolls Online, it is that there is a lot of talking. But that's fine. I also realised we should get our handy-dandy, unstable familiar out, which at the minute is just a little scamp-looking dude.
You have such intricate stitching. Turn back. You aren't welcome here.
What are you?
I'm whatever I wish to be. I change bodies like high elves change clothes. Though the corpses in this temple limit my wardrobe. What does it matter to you? Why do you trespass?
We're looking for a man named Rorelion.
Ah, the name for my newest outfit. His flesh sags a bit. But the power in his bones reminds me of my youth. And the robes. I'd forgotten the feel of silk upon newly won flesh.
What did you do to Rorelion?
Set foot in this temple and see for yourself. Such commendable posture. I could definitely wear you in the autumn. As for Rorelion, he's fit for display under full moons all new.
Release Rorelion immediately.
I'm tired of this. Leave or die. It matters not.
That can't be good. We need to get those wards down fast.
I'm on the case. So yes, I believe pressing that again will make him do a little thing. Looks like it makes him radiate damage every couple of seconds. For a second to do more damage to the enemy, which is nice. And as you can see, because we have his ability slotted, our Daedric summoning has increased. Leveling of course does slow down the higher you get, like any MMO. But, you know, it's not too hard to get everything leveled up if you do it right. I will not attack every enemy I see all the time, by the way. I will be sprinting past enemies sometimes. It just depends on the pacing of the story and how I feel at the time, I guess, but sometimes sometimes I feel like fighting them, and then sometimes I feel like just skipping them as best I can, but sometimes that can come back to bite you in the ass. It's usually a balance you try and meet during delves.
Courses through its prey.
This ward won't keep us out for long.
Oh, it's not a lootable urn. That's a shame. Alright, that's one ward down. Now we just need to find a spider ward. It's always best when you're in a combat scenario to make sure you can mount up, if you can, so that when you sprint, you're using the horse's stamina instead of your own, because there have been plenty of times where I've been sprinting through a delve on a stamina character, and then I get to the boss and I find that I have no stamina to use for combat, and it's a bit of a pickle. It's a bit of a silly moment. Hi. You seem like reasonable fellows. Can we talk this through? So, Sorcerer, by the way, was the first class I ever played in this game, and it was my main on PC. But it was a Magicka Sorcerer, and I've always been curious as to what a Stamina Sorcerer would be like.
I'll disrupt the ward.
And now we can enter the temple catacombs. See, there's no point attacking that guy because we're practically there already. But man, a horse with no extra speed, I believe, is just as slow as you running, and it does not feel great. Where's the other one? Why are you hiding behind a tree? Not much of a warrior, are you? Oh, is that because that's the one that followed us from far away? Okay, so we did end up having to kill all of them, that's fine. Always want to loot enemies, of course. Got a little hat there that sells for 280%. That's a random chance that can occur on, I believe, most rarities of gear. I doubt it would appear on the highest rarities though. Oh, and you've got your basic ass puzzle. Alright, so there's a solution right there, I believe. Hang on. This catacomb is filled with corpses, and not one of them are Khajiit. Each appears to have died in battle, yet special attention and care was provided in preparing their bodies. Whoever constructed this place must respect death immensely, even that of their enemies. So someone made sure to put him in a death pose, so he's like, ah! So I think that's the order, top to bottom, right? So this one first, followed by not that one, the other one, this one, followed by that one, and finally this one.
The barrier is down. But before we proceed, I need to speak with you.
A common trope of this game is having puzzles which are really simple like this, and you do them and they're like, whoa, I can't believe you figured that out. So yeah, as I mentioned before, when you see a little yellow glowing book or page note, be sure to quickly do that, because you might want to go back and read it later, even though some of them are very situational to areas like that one is.
When we entered the temple, that skeleton made it sound as though Aurelian was in grave danger. I won't let vague threats keep us from my master, but Aurelian is too important to lose. Perhaps we should think before we act.
Why is Aurelion so important?
The Dominion relies on Aurelian for his sound judgment. He's taught countless students the ways of Magicka, including some of the Queen's own advisors. His role in the invasion is paramount for our future success. If anything were to happen to him...
I'll do what I can to protect him.
Thank you. We should keep moving.
Also, something I've just come to a decision now. If I don't stop and read this, and you're upset because you wanted to read this, here's what I'll do. If it has multiple pages, I'll spend about half a second flicking through each page, and you can pause the video if you want to stop and read the book. How about that? I think that's a good little compromise there. Because the problem is I can never tell what people are going to want from these videos.
Wait, that's Aurelian! What's he doing up there?
What is he doing up there? Hello, Aurelian.
Ears that large and you still don't listen. Perhaps you need a few alterations. There was a time when the sound of Uldor's voice commanded the terror of thousands.
Who's Uldor?
Why, I'm Uldor. I see your dominion teaches you nothing of my people. I shouldn't bemoan your ignorance. You fools ended centuries of captivity when you removed the Mourning Stone.
What is the Mourning Stone exactly?
Never mind that accursed blue rock. I'm about to restore my wardrobe to its full glory. Behold this Aurelian fellow. Such vibrancy. I could use more like him, but one must be willing to run through a bolt of silk for the finest coat.
Free Aurelion right now.
I believe I'll keep him. At least until my summoning ritual wears him through. You see, undead are also beige. But I'm willing to adorn myself with hundreds of tawdry outfits in order to collect the more colorful garb at Eagle's Strand.
I can't let you do that.
Then drown in a sea of bones.
Leave Aurelian for now. We have to disrupt the summoning ritual. I'll destroy the bone piles if you keep the undead at bay. It'll take a moment to weaken the circle. Keep the undead away from me!
Sadly, we don't have any AoE spells yet. They would be very handy here, but these skeletons go down pretty quickly anyway. Plus we've got our unstable little imp dude to help us out. I gotta say, I wish the unstable familiars in this game didn't look so purpley. And like they've got like this white and purple colour scheme that just makes them look like, I don't know. I don't know how to fully explain it, but they just feel Like, they're not like the real versions of those creatures, if you know what I mean. It's not quite the full-on demon summoning class I hoped it would be when I first started playing it back in the day. I wonder if one day they'll rework the graphics and make it look a little bit cooler. Alright, you done? Wow, that's impressive, Gaffwin. You can channel that spell while you walk and look away from it? Looks a little bit weird.
It's working! I'll weaken the next circle.
Go on then. Oh, the Cryomancer. Uses the power of tears. Oh, did you see that last second block there? That is some pro Elder Scrolls Onlining right there. So when it comes to stuff like Sky Shards, because you saw me pick one up at the start of the video, I'm not going to go through every single zone and pick up every single Sky Shard. This game has so much content in it that to do a 100% playthrough would be tantamount to madness. And that's the first time I've used tantamount in a sentence for a while. But when it came out of my mouth I was like, keep going, finish the sentence.
Right behind you.
Don't call attention to it. And I failed. I failed at not calling attention to it because here we are. Wow, 1 gold piece! That loot though. That loot though. Did I gain a level yet? Hats! No. Oh, that's from a quest I was playing before I started recording on my other character. I might stop and do a little tour of my collections at some point, but not right now. We're in the middle of this.
Uldor, get out of my body now!
You okay there?
Silence.
What am I called again?
Command, Uldor.
Garrelon. You okay there, Garrelon? I thought he was called Garrelon. I just thought it'd be awkward if I said, you okay there, Garrelon? And then it turned out that he wasn't called Garrelon. Alright. Ah, we got a little, Oh, I missed Revellion's observations, earlier observation, number 2. Sorry about that. If I hadn't, I would have probably just read that out loud, because, I mean, it's contextual, so... We will read some of the notes if they're contextual based on the dungeon we're in, but we're not going to stop and read every single book we find.
Uldor,
Like this one. Oh, no, this is contextual.
Moons, return to your prison. Ah! That won't hold me for long.
We'll look at it in a second. We've got a giant bat to fend off first.
You're Gathrin's ally, yes? Please disable these traps so she can make it to us safely.
Bye bye, bat. Alright, first let's read this. Semco wagered a week's salary that I couldn't spend a night in this place. Nearly swallowed his whiskers when I said I'd do it. The tomb is sealed behind me. I thought I heard someone's voice, but it had to be Semco trying to get out of a bed. It is a little scary in here. I lit a few candles, but that just made the shadows leap around. Doesn't matter. I'll have a last laugh when I'm chugging double rum through bought with Semco's coin. Damn it! I'm gonna try not trip over my words. No promises though.
Despite all my knowledge, Uldor's influence over me was absolute. I'd be little more than a puppet without your timely intervention.
Indoctrination? Are you hurt?
Only my pride. But we have a more pressing matter. As Uldor sensed my thoughts, I could sense his. He plans to overwhelm and enslave Kenarthi's roost with an undead horde by the next dawn.
How is that possible?
Uldor,
Sorry, how is that possible?
Malmo wizard, who learned to separate his spirit from his body, even in death. He can wear hundreds of mindless forms at a time. Thankfully, I know his weakness.
What weakness?
The Mourning Stone's endless water supply tied Uldor's spirit to his body. When Eilsil removed the Mourning Stone from the temple, he set Uldor free. Once again, Eilsil's sloppy methods nearly caused the death of me.
How do we restore Uldor's prison?
These gems focus the Mourning Stone's power. Uldor had me remove them from his tomb. I propose Gathwin recovers the Mourning Stone from Eagle's Strand. Meanwhile, we restore Uldor's prison. Simple enough.
What does the Mourning Stone do?
The centerpiece of this old Khajiit temple. After Uldor's reign of terror, the Sea Elves gave it to the Khajiit so it would become the key to his prison.
Am I in danger of being worn?
No, which is why we must be the ones to enter the tomb. After he saw you through my eyes, he seemed convinced that to wear you would destroy him. For some reason, he feared you.
I can explain this. So, at this point in the game is assuming that we have gone through the first chapter of a Molag Bal story, and I obviously am not going to spoil the entire story, but it's important for this. Basically, we are playing as a soul shriven because we were sacrificed to Molag Bal, and that's how we ended up in Cold Harbor, and then we escape. But we escape without our soul. The entire point of a main story, or at least part of it, is to try and get our soul back. So trying to wear us would destroy Uldor because we don't have a soul, and that's how that particular strain of magic works. This will prop up again occasionally as we go through the storyline, but I've explained it now, so we should be good. If he can't affect me, I should enter the tomb alone.
No, we must enter the tomb together. Though he can't wear you, he could quite easily obliterate you with his magic. Only by splitting his attention can we hope to defeat him.
Ready to face Uldor?
Master, I know what you're planning. I won't let you throw your life away. Aurelian's plan is to let Uldor possess him. They'll both be sealed in the tomb forever. But it doesn't need to be this way. Seal me inside.
Why should you take your master's place?
Aurelian is too important for the Dominion to lose. Besides, we both saw how the summoning ritual weakened my master.
I don't know about this.
Please, help me convince Aurelian. I will gladly seal myself in the tomb to spare my master. Uldor is a threat to all on this island.
So, when the quest text is read, it means that the decision you're about to make will affect the outcome of the story. So we need to decide who is going to be sealed away in a tomb with Uldor. So while I've never finished the Old Merry Dominion stuff, I have played through this Kanafi's Roost Island a couple of times. I tend to go with Aurelion being shut away, simply because he's the older of the two. He's got more experience to deal with the guy, and it was kind of him who ended up waking up this Uldor bloke in the first place. So the whole point of it is that neither option is a good option, but this seems like the better option, if you know what I mean. The better of two evils. Gaffon wants to take your place in the tomb.
That's madness. I've experienced so many summers. My greatest accomplishment was watching Gathwin blossom into someone who far surpassed my own deeds. No, she must recover the Mourning Stone. You and I should confront Uldor.
I'll seal you in a tomb with Uldor.
Then we should waste no more time.
I'm ready.
You can't do this, Master.
The Dominion will thrive without me. It's far stronger than it knows.
Then I should recover the Mourning Stone. Farewell, Aurelian. I
know, Gathwin. I know.
Cute. Alright. Let's take down Uldor before the end of the video. And before my computer... What you can hear in the background, by the way, that's my computer fans. I know, I need a better mic. And a better PC.
Poisoned outfit.
Well, it's unfortunate for you. Don't worry, I brought you one.
I've reconsidered what our combined power can do, Uldor. I willingly give myself over.
I knew such power would tempt you. Very well.
Hurry! Place the tears of the two moons in the pedestals.
Wretched fool! I'll turn your friend to ash.
I think I'm over here.
Mocked by soiled attire.
Okay, there's one. And there's number 2. Not the most difficult ending to a quest series in the world. Oh, there's 4 pedestals. I saw the number 2. I made some assumptions.
You worthless rag! This tomb can't can't hold me forever.
Go quickly. I feel Uldor's weakness fade.
That was my timer.
Tell Guthwin of the plan's success. But don't mourn for me, friend. I earned a useful fate. Few can say the same.
What will happen to you?
Uldor will sustain me. Better a living form than a dusty old skeleton, I suppose. I'd hoped for more time to meditate, but this wasn't what I had in mind. Goodbye, my friend. You're what all in the Dominion should aspire to be.
Farewell, Rorelion. I wonder if we ever help him later down the line. I doubt it, to be honest. Alright. Let's see some sunlight before the end of the video. Never mind. Don't know why I thought that was the exit. Let's just wrap things up here, why not?
It's done, isn't it? Aurelian is sealed inside with that monster.
Rorelion saved everyone on this island.
Forgive me. Uldor couldn't be allowed to roam free. Something had to be done, and you had the strength to see what I could not.
What will you do now?
I'll ensure the Mourning Stone remains guarded at all times. I should make a full report so the Dominion understands the danger of Uldor's capabilities.
What about Rorelion?
No good comes from dwelling on the past. Aurelian lives, which means there's hope. He's a great man. A good man. I don't care how long it takes. I'll find a way to free him from that monster.
I wish you luck, Guthwin.
Forgive me. You did so much to help a stranger. I won't forget. I can open a portal to the temple courtyard if you wish.
I'd appreciate that.
There you go. Hurry.
Alright, let's get out of here. And that brings us to the end of the video. I will show you very quickly before we go, though, that now, as you can see on the map, it's white. And you get a little thing that reminds you of what you did there. You defeated Uldor and restored the Mourning Stone. You will also hear the occasional guard remark, no matter where you are in the world, that, oh hey, you're the one who sealed Uldor away in a tomb at the Temple of the Morning Springs, or something like that. It's got that Elder Scrolls feature of people remember what you did, and the world around you doesn't necessarily change, but it remembers. So that's cool. That is pretty cool. But that's going to do it for this video. Well, actually, let's very quickly level up. Why not? Let's get that up, and let's get our first storm skill. Call down lightning, strike an enemy dealing shock damage. If an enemy falls to or below 20% health within 4 seconds of being struck, an explosion deals an additional damage to them, and it turns into a bit of an AoE if they're on low health, basically, which is nice. But yeah, that's that. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.